In this clip, I'm going to show you how you can use Microsoft Teams to access your work, to edit your work in PowerPoint or Microsoft Word, and then how to hand it in. But also, if you would prefer to write your work, how you can handwrite your work, photograph it, and hand it in through Teams. The first thing you're going to need to do is go to your App Store and download the Microsoft Teams app. So similar to when you download Snapchat or TikTok, you go through the same process, but you're looking for Microsoft Teams. In fact, I would advise not only do you download the Microsoft Teams app, you download Microsoft PowerPoint and also Microsoft Word. Even your Microsoft OneDrive, which you'll be learning about later on. You'll notice here I've got a whole selection of Office apps, and I'm going to go to Teams, which is that one there, and I'm going to select that and open that up, and I go into my Microsoft Teams. Now the first page it automatically opens in is the activity, and this shows all the assignments that have currently been set. At the bottom I'm going to go to Teams, and you can see all my class groups, EN English, MA Maths, and so on. And I'm going to go to the engineering group, and I'm going to select that, and you will then see the assignment, but also the other posts. So any comments that have been made by my teacher, or if I want to say anything to the teacher, this is where I can post and create a comment. What I'm going to do, I'm going to select the assignment, and you can see this is the same assignment that you saw in the other presentation about using the computer, with my learning objective, a link to some information, but also my work there. And notice there's a plus work at the bottom, which I'm going to show you about how you can use later. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the work, and you'll notice this opens up in a view that you can't edit. Okay, so some of you may have been getting stuck at this point, but this shows the PowerPoint, shows all the slides, but I cannot edit it. But you'll notice at the right hand top corner, there's an icon, which is the edit icon. So if I select this, this will then open it up into PowerPoint. Now, because I've already got the PowerPoint app on my phone, this opens up nicely. It is slightly different to on the computer. You'll notice the slides at the bottom, but I'm going to do the same thing as I did in my other presentation. I'm just going to add the text. I'm going to add a text box, and my first question is about composite materials. Now, instead of using the keyboard, I'm going to use the voiceover. So a composite material is a material made up of two or more different materials, full stop. And I'm going to get rid of the keyboard, and then I'm going to just move that into position. Now this is quite fiddly on a phone. I've got an iPhone 6 Plus, so it's an older phone but a bigger size, but it's still quite fiddly to do. So presuming I've completed that all, I can now double click and I can go back to my original assignment page, and I can then, you'll notice on here at the top right hand side there's the hand in, so I can then hand that in to show that I've completed that work, and there's a little reward at the end there. Now for some of you, you might find that a bit fiddly, or you may rather write your work by hand. So we'll go back to the original assignment, and this is where I've opened it up, but I've not clicked on the edit mode, but I'm just going to read the information on my phone, and I'm going to spend some time neatly writing it out. I'm going to explain what the learning objective is at the top of the page. I'm going to put the slide number down, and I'm going to put the question number. So if I close that down now, and go back to the original assignment, to hand the work in, I'm going to go to the plus work below the PowerPoint, and you can see at this point here I can either create new files if I wanted to do it that way, but it says I can add from this device. So if I select on the add from this device, I can, if I've already taken the picture, I can access my photos, or I'm actually going to photograph my work now. So if I click onto that, you can see here's the work here, neatly labelled. I've underlined my learning objective, and I'll put the questions down the left hand side, and I'm happy with that, so I'm going to select use photograph, and you can see that's now added at the bottom. Now having done that, it's really important that I then select the hand in. Now obviously it may be that you've got 2 or 3 pages which you can add to that by photographing it. So I select the hand in page, the hand in icon on the top right hand side, and there you go, there's my new reward. So then the teacher will then be able to feed back to me and give me any support that I need with that work. Thank you very much for listening.